Brandon Carr starts on row number 16. We're off and racing.
Well, Brandon Carr is up into 16th place as well.
Brandon Carr up into 12th position on an absolute mission. That driver there started on row number 16. Here comes Brandon Carr, BC up the inside.
Behind him now, Brandon Carr makes another move there and gets past Gabriel Hill. He's up 27 places. My goodness me, is Carr? Well, he's online to get this, I think.
And he's gone to take the lead. Brandon Carr has gone from 31st to the race lead. Carr's covering the inside line as best he can.
From the back of the grid, Kartmasters
drive ever.
Brandon Carr wins.
No words.
If it was one of those one-off races, it's going to be near impossible to try and do again.
So, Brandon Carr, thank you so much for joining us on what is talking about one of the best races at Kartmasters, best races ever, potentially. You drove from pretty much the back of the grid to win the race in the end. So we're going to start pretty much just before the start of the race. Of course, we know it's last to first, you were down the back of the grid, but ordinarily you wouldn't have been towards the back of the grid. Just tell us about, how that situation came about.
Yeah, something broke on the car in the pre-final, and it just caused us to retire from the pre-final, so that didn't help us at all. So yeah, that's the reason why we had to start at the back of the field for the main event.
Race 60 of the weekend, and Henry Jocelyn for the Mick Barrett Racing Team will start on pole position. Harry Burgoyne Jr., the Scottish driver, will start alongside him.
Row 15, Ireland's Adam Holmes and Lewis Bird. Brandon Carr in kart number 30 and Charlie Morrison-Jones start on row number 16. Let's find out who wins this time. Lights are out, we're off and racing into turn number 1. Henry Jocelyn, no, it's Harry Burgoyne Jr., Scotland's Harry Burgoyne Jr. on the outside of row number 1, who makes a great start. Henry Gregory for the premium karting team goes with him.
So at this point, obviously, we're following the lead group. You don't really feature in much of the shots because you're so far down, Brandon, but it was actually quite a fast start, which strung the field out a little bit. It wasn't so bunched. Do you reckon that helped you, or would you have rather that everyone was a bit closer together?
Personally, I would have liked if everyone was a bit closer together, just because you've got to catch that gap back up. Like, we come around the last corner, they're already green, and we're still figuring ourselves out, or everyone's trying to sort where they are because they don't know really what's going on. But it actually worked out quite well because we weren't too bunched up. We didn't slow too much time down, so I could pick off a few people on the first lap because they weren't really racing, defending. So that helped a little bit. So that helped us get through.
Out they go, and it's still Henry Jocelyn who leads the way from Henry Gregory. No, it's Harry Burgoyne Jr., sorry, who's leading the way. I do apologise from Henry Gregory. Henry Jocelyn down into P3 now from Noah Wolf. Jack Hobson and Fern McLaughlin are still there in 6th place from Leo.
We've just finished the first lap and you're still not in shot, but you're actually already up 10 places at this point. So you went plus 10 on the first lap. It must have been some pretty tasty moves there.
Yeah, we just we knew the first lap would have been just survive. Like, there's gonna be. We thought there would be a crash because there's how many of us out there? 32, and we thought, just get through the first lap. It's a long old race. It's 15 minutes long plus a lap. So, but luckily there was no crashes, and that just helped us slowly pick them off from there. And yeah, it was quite chilled for the first lap or so till we got to the mid-pack.
Teammate in 3rd position. This class made its Kartmasters debut in 2014. Josh Smith was the first winner of this class. Since then, Tom Wood has won it. Callum Bradshaw has won it as Burgoyne takes the lead back. Harry Thompson has won it. Clayton Ravenscroft has won it. Change for 2nd. Jocelyn back out to P2. Uncle Tyrone onto P3. Then we've had Oliver Gray, Aaron Walker and Luke Watts, who have all won this class.
Wolf comes back up now into P4.
The next couple of laps are crucial, I suppose, for you. And it's actually a really interesting fact that on laps 2 and 3, I don't know if you know this, but you were actually faster than the leaders. So you actually gained time to the leaders, even though you were still picking your way up positions, every other sector.
Yeah, so the way I looked at it, I had a little marker where I wanted to be by a certain point in the race, and at the start, they were going into the second hairpin as I'm coming off the bridge, basically, so I just thought, they're getting away, we need a race, they need to race at the front for us to even have a shot at it, because I thought, well, if they keep going like this, I'm never going to get there.
In the Honda Cadet race, the second place slot battled and allowed Kenzo Craig to escape. in the Army cadet race. The whole group behind allowed Cranham and Edgar to escape, and they're doing it again, and they're allowing Burgoyne to escape.
So I've just noticed Isaac Phelps has come back out onto the circuit. He's ahead of the main pack now, so he's going to have a lot of... Yeah.
Ryan Garrity out of fastest lap of the race, 59.131 seconds. And again, so much talent in this field. Gabriel Stilp, last year's IAMI International Final winner. He is already up 11 places to P11. Look for the cart number 212. Anthony, you're waving. It's not because you want to say hi to me.
No, it isn't. It's because, well, Brandon Carr is up into 16th place as well. 15 places gained already after a couple of laps. We've got a cart that stopped on the straight down towards hairpin one.
Freddie Lloyd,
No.
Dan Holland Racing Cart out of the race. Mechanical problem. He pulls over to the Marshall post. Well, the good news is...
So on the next lap, you went up another 4 positions. So you're P11, I think, after this lap. P12, yeah, so another 4 positions. Still not that far off. And would you say at this point, you know, end of lap 4, I think, or 3, I think this is now, could you see the front of the field? Were you thinking, right, this is on yet? Or was it still like, oh, there's a long way to go?
I think it was either this lap or the next lap. I came off the bridge and I saw them going into the first hairpin, so I thought, oh, it might actually... It's still in reach, so I think it helped as well knowing that people came from I came from the back, because if I was already there, they would have wanted to race a lot harder. So I think they realised that I came from the back, so I'm not actually that slow. I'm not slow, so they're gonna work, try and catch the front, because they can just get in the slipstream and follow, and we'll get to the front. So that helped a lot.
Then Gregory, Leo Brown for MLC Motorsport is there in 5th place. Jack Hobson is 6th for the BMR Restart team. Bishop is 7th, Robinson 8th, Stilt 9th, Wolf 10th. Noel Wolf in 10th place. Then it's Kyan Garrity. Brandon Carr up into 12th position. Right, ladies and gentlemen, it's the purple and pink and silver liveried KR Sport number 30 cart has started last. Brandon Carr, 12th in this event a year ago. 6th in the British Championship in this class, on an absolute mission in this race. He is catching the leaders, and the leaders, well, the leader, Harry Burgoyne.
I didn't know I was quickest at that point. I can't see what other people are doing, so I just knew I was catching them. And there we see there's a gap behind me, so I was like, right, caught another pack. Let's chill out again now and just see where that gap opens up. See if I need to go in deep, and if they defend, I can use the outside as my advantage because I don't have to worry about people behind me.
He's done most of the hard work, but you know what? Here he comes. He's not wasting any time in making his next move on Kyan Garrity for what would be 11th place. Oh, hello, someone's gone up the hill. On Tyrone's banking, that is number 33 cart of Leo Brown. So scratch one MLC Motorsport cart from the lead battle. Change the lead. Here comes Ireland's fire.
Tyre pressures. You know, did you go high thinking I need to make my way through the field, or did you go low thinking I need to be strong at the end?
We went. I can't remember, but I think we went low, really low, because one, I'm so tall in the car and could get it working at the start, and so aggressive that we could deal with the low, because I think that decision was made. Do we go high to help us at the start get there and risk falling off at the end, or the other one was go really low and be there at the end? So I think we went with, I pushed for be there at the end. Like, I'll deal with it at the start. First 5 laps, yeah, maybe, but it's Kartmasters. People are gonna race. Like, they start racing now for the lead.
And you can see that. Yeah, you can see you're actually on the back of the lead group now. So now I bet you're saying to yourself, oh, it is on. I mean, what's it? You've still got, 7 minutes to go. You're actually in now 8th position, and you're on, there you go, on the back of the lead pack.
And I think Eden Spanswick has had a problem and has had to retire as well. Probably the fact that he bounced around. Here comes Brandon Carr, BC, up the inside of Harry Burgoyne Jr. Well, and there's a cart in the barriers. It's Leo Robinson who gets spat off wide. Robinson, the Algerian, or the English-based Algerian driver, up and out of the cart. The 2021 Mini X30 GP winner is not going to win a second GP plate title this year. He's out of his cart, but out of the race.
Again, Marshall's quickly on the scene, assisting to get him back underway, to which he does do so. Well, hands up to Leo Robinson. He doesn't give up. He gets back in the car and he continues on with his venture in the GP Plate Junior X30 final. McLaughlin, though, still leads. Henry Jocelyn right behind him
Oh,
now. Brandon
Brandon
Carr
Carr
makes another move there and gets past Gabriel Silk. He's up 27 places into P4 now.
He's up 27 places in 9 minutes. Whew. It's not a bad afternoon's work.
That's all right, that, isn't it? Yeah, I agree with you, Henry.
He's even nodding. Glad he's listening. Glad someone's listening. So, what can Brandon Carr do now? Cian Dewis won the Minimax Grand Prix in 2015-2016 from the back of the grid. Oh, Leo Robinson in and out of the race. We've got 28 of the 33 starters still running. Ian McLaughlin, Henry Jocelyn, Henry Gregory. Fusion Motorsport, Mick Barrett Racing, Premium Karting. 1, 2, 3. Ireland, England, England. Then Brandon Carr, followed by Gabriel Stilp, early race leader Harry Burgoyne Jr., Kyan Garrity, Jack Hobson, Cameron Pratt-Thompson, Leo Brown is your top 10. Cathal Clark, Ella Stevens, Jack Nettleship, Macaulay Bishop, Connor Grant is the best place of the Audrin Henry Racing drivers in 15th position. Then it's Joey Brown. Rylan Eschberg from 33rd to 17th. Take a bow, son. Privateer driver Rylan Eschberg. Lewis Bird, Noah Wolf, Charlie Morrison-Jones, Thomas Rainwright, Harry Ewell, Jensen Upton, Harry Redding, James Wood, Theo Palmer, CJ Bennett. Yes, Anthony.
Well, it's chopping and shaving for second place. Henry Gregory went down the inside there. Hairpin 2 and now tries it again and holds it there through the Fullerton S's.
Just saying that you're in the lead group now. You're actually quicker than the leaders at the last couple of laps, and you're now in the hunt for the lead. So this is, I suppose, did you have to reset now and think, right, this is where the race starts?
Yeah, this is where we wanted to be at this stage in the race without wanting to start at the back. This is where I wanted to be if I started 5th row, 4th row, maybe even 1st, 2nd row. But yeah, this is where I just kind of had to like take that deep breath, say to myself, right, we're back there, chill. We've still got 5 minutes to go.
We're not biased up here in the commentary box.
No, not at all.
Competition is just a bit of fun. Oh, wheel smoke there. That's Burgoyne and Stilp going at it. Stilp up the bank. It keeps it pinned round the outside.
Oh.
Stilp makes the position even though he was halfway up the banking at the time.
Here comes...
If Brandon Carr wins this race, and I mean, this is not biased or anything like that, and he's got...
And when I actually made that move right there for the lead, I kind of had to realise, right, I'm racing for the lead now. I can't be so aggressive at this stage.
I was going to say that. That was the first time I think in the race.
I came across a little bit and went, right.
I will quote you on it, Henry. Now it's a group of 4 now. It's McLaughlin, Carr, Garrity, Jocelyn in that group. And who is going to cut? Is that Jocelyn or is it Burgoyne Jr.? I think it's Burgoyne Jr. actually, sorry. Burgoyne Jr. in P4 now. Still Garrity, Jocelyn down into P7 now as they go through. And there goes Carr again for the move. Garrity follows as well. And now so does Burgoyne Jr. So from one corner there, McLaughlin losing 3 positions and all on his own at the front.
Right, and now we're in the lead now. You nearly got a gap, but then Henry throws it back up the inside. At this point, gloves off, right?
Yep, this is the bit where it all kicks off, and it's as it usually does in all categories. 3 minutes to go, you're racing for the win at Kartmasters.
Absolutely speechless. It's a long way to go. 3.5 minutes. Now, I said earlier about Cian Dewis' driving Minimax from last to first. I've seen Jake Dennis in KF3 in 2009 come from 26th to 2nd to finish behind Jordan King in one of the best grids ever assembled, KF3 grids ever assembled. This matches it. And if he sticks it there, yes, you can quote me on it. Best Kartmasters drive ever. But Henry Gregory doesn't want that prediction to come true. Here comes Henry Gregory, and Henry Gregory's being an absolute superstar with 3 wide. 3 wide, here comes Jocelyn, here comes McLaughlin, but Carr goes straight back in. The adrenaline coursing through Brandon Carr's veins at the moment must be absolutely off the charts.
McLaughlin back down the inside here. Gregory follows as well. Squeezes Carr to the edge of the circuit, but Carr's got the momentum out of the corner. Back down the inside goes Brandon Carr. Gets back to 2nd place, but this is allowing Burgoyne.
When we started racing for 2nd, I was like not getting frustrated because that was my fault. I lost the lead. So I just knew I had to get back going, get back to the speed. So there I just gave him a little tap saying like, right, look what's happening in this race. We need to try and get going and get back to the front.
19. Harry Burgoyne Jr. is runner-up in the British Army Cadets Championship. The Scottish driver from a family of stock car racers. Very proud short track oval racing tradition for the Burgoynes. This is short track, but it's short track karting on one of the longest short tracks in the country. Here comes Gabriel Stilp. He's not done yet. 2, 4, 6, 8. There's still 10 in with a chance of victory. Let's run through the top 10. It's Burgoyne, Carr, Gregory, McLaughlin, Stilp, Geraghty, Hobson, Pratt Thompson, Jocelyn, and Cathal Clark. Any one of these 10 can still win this race. 90 seconds to go.
Not long left on the timer, but now Brandon Carr's broken away from the chasing pack behind. He's got a clear gap now, and he's got space to potentially go for a move as soon as he catches, or if he catches, Burgoyne Jr., because Burgoyne Jr. has been quick. Burgoyne Jr. has won races at PFI. He's won races around the country. He is an incredibly talented driver, and he deserves this GP plate. But who's going to take it?
And Mick Barrett Racing.
Oh, yeah, they know how to win one.
They know how to win races around here. Mick Barrett Racing, don't forget, they helped guide Ben Barnett Coates to many of his Kartmasters titles. So, if there's a team that knows how to get the job done, it's Mick Barrett Racing. To drive that knows how to win races, it's Parry Burgoyne, but Brandon Carr.
Not like a crash move, but a hard move, unexpected, because if I passed him in the first hairpin, he could go straight back in the second hairpin, and I'd have to defend. But if I pass off the bridge, it's kind of unexpected, and you don't really see it coming.
But I tell you what, there won't be many. Oh, here comes Gregory. Gregory's having a superstar drive here. Stilp in fourth place. Look at Stilp. Stilp's going to do something crazy coming into this corner. There he goes up the inside. I could just sense it. I could sense it. And look at Geraghty now. Geraghty for the Dan Holland Racing Team. And Brandon Carr with 20 seconds to go is pulling away.
Well,
I thought Chris McCarthy was being a bit over-ambitious by going right down to the back to listen to talk to Brandon.
And here we are. I'm pretty sure this is was nearly going to be the last lap, but it was like 3 seconds to go, so you had to do an extra one. I think at the interview afterwards.
No, I was literally so... I wasn't annoyed because I was like, we're fast, it's fine, but it would have been nice if that was the last lap, because then I wouldn't have had to defend or do anything.
Yeah, and at this point, did you think that, you know, Harry and Gabriel were definitely going to catch you, or were you just like, right, you know, see if I can break away?
Yeah, I knew they were definitely going to catch. They both was very fast in the race, so I just knew it was a matter of time. It was a matter of time when they got back to my bumper.
Oh no, it's Cameron Pratt Thompson getting the switchback in the number 39, but eyes on this front pack because a clear breakaway now. And you know Stilps loves that move down the inside.
This is where it all kicks off. This is where it gets decided, really.
Not out of this yet, and neither is Gabriel Stilp. Into the Mike Wilson complex quickly. Noel Wolf has had to retire. So has Thomas Wainwright. So has Leo Robinson. We've got 26 karts still running. All eyes in the top 3. Last lap board goes out. It's Carr, Burgoyne and Stilp. 3 karts, 1 champion. Who is it going to be?
Let's find out. Into the banking. Carr holds that tight inside line there to prevent Burgoyne Jr. going down the inside. Burgoyne takes the wider line through. He's lining up for hairpin 1. He's going to have the momentum. He's going to have the waft. But is he going to have the position into hairpin 1? And he can't do it. Carr holds that inside line, but keep an eye on Stilp.
Keep an eye on Stilp, Anthony, you're right. Stilp's going to swing to the outside. He's going to get the crossover move. Carr's covering the inside line as best he can. Now, Stilp and Burgoyne side by side. Stilp gets second. Oh, Gabriel Stilp, you're going to have 1 chance now. It's going to be 1 chance. Brandon Carr defends into Bobby Game corner. Watch for the left-hander. Not this corner. Watch for this next corner now. Stilp looks, but Brandon Carr covers.
Brandon Carr covered the corner, but from the back of the grid, Kartmasters
drive ever.
Brandon Carr wins Junior X30 Grand Prix final from the back to front. And wow, goodness me, Carr wins it. 30 places gained from Gabriel Stilp's 20 places gained. Harry Burgoyne Jr. comes in 3rd.
That's the moment. You can see the crowd cheering. You can see the fist pump. Just, you know, you mentioned it briefly when we chatted beforehand, but when you came over the line, it must have been like... Well, just tell us what it was like, because a lot of people will never experience that in their life.
So when I went across the line, I didn't really... I celebrated, but I didn't do an extreme celebration, because for me, it didn't feel right to celebrate, because I didn't really know what was going on. Like, it all just happened so fast. It just didn't feel real. It didn't feel real. So when I actually double checked, triple checked the nose cone, it was out. It was just like, right. It kind of hit me, and everyone like cheering on the grandstand, which was great.
What a drive, people in the grandstand. Let's give another round of applause for your Kartmasters winner, Brandon Carr. from row 16 on the grid. 32nd to first. Brandon, well, you made us walk a long way to speak to you, but it was worth it in the end, eh?
Yeah, no words.
I bet that afternoon, it took you a while to like calm down and like actually take it in.
Yeah, it was just one of those. Obviously, it's a one-off race, but it was one of those one-off races. It's going to be near impossible to try and do again, and it would have to be in a handful of races to try and get even close to that. But yeah, it just even for myself, it was just I didn't really know what was going on after the race. Like it was just all a bit of a shock because when you're out there, my aim was just to get as high as possible, and I said that in an interview at the start of the race, like. Just gonna try push every lap, keep pushing, and just keep going. And then when that checkered flag did drop at the end, it was kind of like it hit me, and I didn't really know what really happened. Like I checked for the checkered flag like 3 times just to make sure the race was finished, just to make sure it was actually over. Because in that moment, all my aim was just to get as high as possible. And once I got to the front, it was just keep it. And then as soon as that checkered flag dropped, it was kind of just a massive relief off the shoulders. And it just, then it hit. Then me, like, seeing my mechanic after the race, family, friends, then the emotions started to kick in a little bit. And actually, I got to look back and witness what actually happened in the race, which was amazing.
Of course, we're not in person right now because you're not in the UK anymore. You're abroad. So it sort of helped propel you to other things. Just very quickly, tell us about what you're doing at the moment.
So, yeah, at the moment, I'm just doing I'm racing the senior category, pro senior X30. In all 3 championships in the States, USPKS, SCUSA Pro Tour, and Stars Championship this coming weekend. So we're going to see how that goes. We had a good season last year in the first season back out here. Got a win in 1 championship, a very high results in other 2, say we were rookie and senior. So just going to see how this year goes, hopefully push to keep that up, get some more wins under the belt, and see what goes from there, really.
Brandon, thank you so much for taking us through what was undoubtedly one of the best races in Kartmasters history, potentially the best, as Henry said. Really interesting to hear your thoughts on it. And also, we wish you the best in future, wherever your career takes you. What do you think, where do you think you'll be in the next sort of 5 years or so? Or can't you tell?
To be honest, I have no idea. Things change so fast in racing, in motorsport. And a dream is a dream, and that's going to be performing top level NASCAR. That is my dream personally, but these next few years will really see if it makes or breaks everything.
Brandon, we wish you the absolute best of luck. Hopefully we'll see you back at Kartmasters one day, but if not, all the best in over stateside. And thanks for catching up with us.
Thank you.